We're just not gonna think about it right
No,
now.
I mean, I'm not going to monetize this anyway. We don't say anything good enough. We don't get enough views to monetize anyway.
That's true.
And we are here, and everything looks shitty on the screen. And that's just how we want to do things here today.
So, okay, not making excuses, just a quick little as to why. I said we should use Comic Sans, and he said we should use something else, and so that's why it got all jacked up. God just hates him today.
That can't be it.
But I will say that the thumbnail, what's wrong with it is that we couldn't manage to get our old logo to look good. It was really blurry, and it looked terrible. It was almost, and I can't stress the almost, as bad as the Green Bay Packers this season. Sports reference. You're welcome. So it's been a long time since we've been on the show. We've been all really busy or really lazy.
We didn't get hit by Harvey, but that was our last show, so we may have been dead for all.
Yeah, sure, we died, came back, whatever. I've been in San Antonio off at school doing my thing, and, well, at school not doing anything, for that matter.
That's why you're back in Houston right now. Totally not because you're just here.
Yeah, no, I'm not just visiting my family for the weekend. No. That would make sense. But welcome back to Off the Pedestal, guys. Gabe couldn't make it. He's up. He's doing schoolwork.
He's busy.
Well, he's doing schoolwork at his house.
Busy.
Me and Cooper got this one today. I think I'm feeling fairly confident about what we got going on today.
This probably won't be professional at all, and we won't probably keep tone with anything in the future.
I don't give a damn. How about that?
Well, that's just exactly why we're doing it like this.
Quite frankly, we are just wingdinging this thing right now. That's what this is. Not really. We have a list of topics. So
we have a list of topics, but
obviously,
first we're gonna take a minute, sit back, mute ourselves. We're gonna let you listen into one of our shows from early on, reviewing some picks for the NFC East and AFC East, which happen to be have representatives in the Super Bowl this year. For some reason, I don't think it's working. One moment.
Here, I'll go try and see if it worked. I will find out.
It wasn't popping up on my audio, and it usually does. Dun, 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 dun.
Just enjoy this copyrighted Van Halen music.
I don't even know if that played at this point. Test. It did not.
It didn't play?
Nope. This is just the worst, as we stated. We had like 45 seconds of quiet, and
well,
for what some reason I tested this before, and it completely worked. I promise. It just didn't want to. Maybe. This is the worst, as we stated.
Let's see. Yeah, it's silent.
Oh, that's.
It's just silent. Oh, no. Well, this idea has gone to shit. What we were gonna do is we were gonna make fun of our really crappy division picks, but we can't.
If you give me
working.
I'm just gonna keep playing them along. So let's jump around to one of the other things we were gonna talk about. While I try to fix this.
Okay.
Which was.
You want to talk about the NBA and save NFL?
Yeah,
for later?
we'll go with the NBA. There's some drama going on, like usual. NBA is the only good thing because there's no good games on ever in the regular season.
Because the
Arguably
NBA
not even
sucks.
Good. Okay, not gonna go that far.
I will. The NBA is the most bland and predictable sports league out of every league on the face of the planet.
That could be fair.
I mean, we all know the Warriors are going to win out in the West unless the Rockets pull off something big, which would be great. And then out in the East, well, I guess, Cleveland sucks, so it's not going to be them. Maybe Boston.
Maybe.
But that's pretty much it.
The winner of the Warriors-Rockets wins the whole NBA. Let's just call it quits there.
Yep. I mean, it's whatever. It's still entertaining to see,
the
monster.
A new competitor has approached in the East, though, because now we got Blake Griffin over there, which is always going to... And that... He played one hell of a game last night.
If anyone knows how to bring the boom, it's Blake Griffin, that's for sure.
Especially when Doc Rivers isn't his coaching, causing the locker room to perish.
As long as Doc Rivers is a coach.
Yeah, well, a good coach all the time. Nah, he likes to get his former players and his son. One of the other big things, speaking of last night games, Nuggets and the Pacers had one of the better games, if not.
Was it Nuggets Thunder?
Did I not say Nuggets Thunder?
No, you said Pacers.
Whatever, close enough.
Nuggets Thunder.
No,
Yeah, Paul George. Whatever.
Yeah, Paul George. I was looking at PG-13 because if you didn't know, at the end of the game, Harris hit the game-winning shot with a while he was wearing not any shoe, not just any PG-13s,
Not LeBron's. Not Kobe's. He was wearing PGs.
and while Russ watched.
Oof.
But not, and then Russ got up and he pushes the fan. But if you watch the video, I don't know if you've seen the video of him pushing the fan. I assume you have.
Yeah.
The fan jumps out there and he's like,
Oh, he's in his face.
He's like,
he's being a dick.
he's shaking his man tits and everything,
Oh, yeah.
just shaking them all about. And Russ pushes him, and the dude starts celebrating because you know he was just trying to get Russ suspended.
Oh, yeah.
And Russ is like, Russ looks at his hand like, that dude had a lot of tits. If you watch the video back, you'll just see him look at his hand like.
I didn't see the one where he looked at his hand.
It's the same one. He
saw
looks
the
directly
where
at his
he
hand. He's like,
pushes
"What
him,
the?"
And he yells at him. Is the one that I saw. Where he's like, "Fuck out of here" or something.
Also, the dude pieces all the way out when Steven Adams starts to roll. He's like, "Yeah, skeet skeet."
Well, I mean, after what happened to Steven Adams earlier in the game, I wouldn't be too afraid of him. I mean, you saw what happened.
Yeah,
dude, the oak went down.
He almost made the graveyard.
Yeah, had it been a jam, it would have been graveyard for sure. I will say that was a very nice move.
He got sauced.
Grown man falling down that bad. Oof.
Yeah, never anything good. Juan Tanner looks at this again. We'll get his instant reaction on it.
I just gotta see him grab the man boob. That sounds hilarious.
We'll get, because he pushes it and he gets all scoop.
Right.
And then
I'm watching. So he grabs a ball. Oh, he gets a piece of that. And then, ooh.
Look at him watch his hand. He's like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, what the hell? That man had a lot of tit under that sweatshirt.
Well, okay.
You can't tell with the sweatshirt on. He looks bigger, but he doesn't look like he has all that.
It is 2018. You can't assume.
That is fair.
Yeah, that could have been just, your run-of-the-mill dyke. Who knows?
You're right. I can't judge. Russ, good job, I guess. You're not going to get spin, I think, because the fans an idiot. He ran on the court. Mm-hmm. And I don't think
they came out and said that he's not going to be facing any punishment. I mean, why should he? Just pushed the guy. It's not like he
didn't throw a punch. He just he tried to get him out of the way.
Yeah.
And which is completely legal.
Especially if the guy's being an ass in your face, even though you're one of the best players in the NBA, and he's Joe who lives in Denver. So,
as far as we know this season,
well, Joe or Jill, excuse me.
Russ isn't going to be suspended, and he's not winning the MVP this season.
Very true.
Because there's only one man that can win the MVP unless something awful happens.
All right, we'll say it on three. Awful. We'll say it on three. 1, 2, 3. Victor Oladipo.
I was thinking of a joke name, but I couldn't think of one in time. So I was like, I'll just roll with my gut and go with the team I know.
Yeah, it'll be James Harden. It should be James Harden.
It should be. And former NBA player and current Warriors coach last night did not have the best outlook on how James Harden played last night. He was traveling and all that. He made a tweet that was probably
for a burner account.
Well, he said it was supposed to go to a DM. Mm-hmm. So Steve Kerr sliding that DMs for someone,
right?
Talking about basketball,
talking shit about his style of play, which I think's funny.
Well, it's not his style. It's not Steve Kerr's.
I mean, it's his team.
No,
shooting. What? Scoring?
No, what he said about Harden was it's because the way Harden drives to the basket, it's almost like, or shoots up and gets the and ones on the 3-point line. It's almost like traveling and stuff and against the rules. But my immediate take is you've won 2 titles. 2 titles based off the fact you run moving screens.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's their whole thing. Well, it used to be. More when they got Kevin Durant kind of shifted to being an actual all-around team without being completely against the rules. And
I mean, you got Zaza kicking dudes in the nards.
Oh, yeah.
The nads every other freaking
Zaza
playoff.
single-handedly has stunted the growth of Kawhi Leonard's career. And that's sad. Because he has not played the same type of basketball. The Spurs were going to win that series and win the title that year. And I can't doubt that they were, I think they were up 20 when Kawhi went out. And all of a sudden, they lost.
If Kawhi doesn't go down, they win that series. What was it, 4-1? They would have won 4-1.
They would. No, because they never won a game. The Warriors' first loss was in Game 4 of the finals. Just they were up 20 in Game 1, but then Kawhi got hurt in the early third quarter, and Warriors came back because they shoot threes and make them.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Well, they do a moving screen, get open for a three, shoot it, and make it.
We talked about the Warriors losing a game in the finals, and their finals counterpart was the Cleveland Cavaliers, who will not be making it again unless something dramatic happens.
Yeah, just defense, dude.
Just hit the button already. Hit the button.
Blow it up. Blow it all up.
No, blame Kevin Love. Just hit the button.
Why Kevin?
I don't know. That's what the Cavs want to do. I saw a video of this.
It's because he's white. Oh. See, this is bullshit. Of course the white guy gets blamed. Sure, we're terrible at basketball. That's kind of fair.
Then LeBron, the team's getting blown up. He can't do anything about it. He's having to dodge rumors about teams he's going to, like the Warriors.
Yep.
Even though everyone knows he's going to the Rockets because Chris Paul. Maybe the Lakers, but...
Operation Banana Boat in Houston?
I don't think anyone wants D-Wade. It's not going to be D-Wade.
Yeah. I mean, he'd be a moral supporter.
He could be an assistant coach.
Cheerleader.
Yeah, I guess.
I'd pay money to watch Dwayne Wade do cheerleading just to make fun of him. And other reasons.
I mean, I like D-Wade. Okay, well...
It's a joke.
It's a me. It's a spicy meat.
It's a spicy meatball. Anyway, so the Warriors, that's like the most asinine rumor I've ever heard started by anybody.
And LeBron is either staying in Cleveland, going to LA, or going to Houston.
Right.
And sheesh, man. He really wants to go to... He congratulates players all the time now. He's on Twitter congratulating himself before games too, and that's just insane.
Who is it?
Old LeBron talking to young LeBron.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's breaking all types of physics in the timeline. It's like,
congratulations. Anyone who refers to himself in the third person can suck a dick, and Tanner Coble truly believes that.
Well, that fair point. And I don't know how to. Yeah, LeBron,
he's so insufferable.
His Twitter is great now. It's great because it's a meme and how awful he is at it.
His Instagram's cringy as hell, too.
Which is where he posted the young LeBron.
Right, where he congratulated himself to like 30K points or something. It was so just cringy.
Congrats, dude. You're the GOAT still, but...
It's like, yeah, we know you're great. You know you're great. Don't talk to yourself about how great you are.
Or how great you're going to become.
That's like texting your own number, being like, you're amazing, and then it texts you back, you're amazing immediately.
I also forgot to mention one of the other teams is the Spurs. Because he likes
I heard Spurs.
That's one of the top ones. I think Lakers are the lowest of them all, even lower than the Cavs, just because the Lakers don't have too much going for them. Other than Lonzo,
I heard rumors that like he could have got that he's in the back of his mind. He thought about going back to Miami, but he's already been there, done that.
Yeah, you only want to do South Beach for a few years before people will recognize you.
Yeah,
and you'll find your other sons and daughters. What?
So here's LeBron James cringing on his achievement.
It's 2 weeks, so we don't need to rehash. I'm being honest,
dude. It's so cringy. Though, Cooper. It really is.
He's like, take a moment and look up in the sky.
It's like, want to be the first one to congratulate you on this accomplishment. Do you mean to congratulate myself on this accomplishment,
dude? Not. People are rooting for him to tear his ACL with 4 points, so he didn't get it that day. So or getting 5. He needs 6 or 7, or he needs 6 to get it. And if he got 5 and tore his ACL on a free throw, people would have gone bananas because he would have had to wait a whole another season just to get 30K.
Some of the comments are pretty funny. This is some confusing shit, Braun. What you doing, bro? Grow up. This guy congratulated himself. What a fuck. Anybody but Golden State. Ho.
And you wonder why they're losing to the Thunder of all teams. Letting them score 148.
3 people, different people in a row. L.
I think you took an L there, LeBron.
Well, it's not capitalized for nothing.
Well, it's not.
Quote, I'm going to grow up to be an asshole.
LeBron, he has many friends in this league, Operation Banana, but one of them being DeMarcus Cousins. He suffered.
DeMarcus Cousins.
He
Yeah,
tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
It didn't look that brutal at first, but as soon as he landed, he got to the ground and wasn't getting up in time. You could see, and I watched it happen, man, because and the way it was just so. The game was basically over, but the Rockets still had a chance to win it. But he made a great rebound that on that same play he tore his Achilles, which is just awful.
It sucks. I like DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah, he's gotten better since he left Sacramento, but who blames him? Sacramento's like one of like the 5 worst in California. That's all I got for NBA.
Are we gonna see if this is gonna work?
We're gonna test it. It might be radio silence for like 1 second.
Well,
Update. It's not gonna work, but the blind. I think we have a gist of what we picked.
The only thing that we'd be missing out on would be our reasonings as to why.
I had the Eagles first. Gabe had the Eagles first.
I did not have the Eagles.
He had them third.
I had the Eagles finishing in third.
We damn know we all had the Patriots first.
Yeah, we all agreed on the Patriots. No one picked the Bills for anything.
Bills are probably second still. Bills or Miami.
I think Gabe picked Miami.
I think I might pick. I don't think the Jets because I think we were all still.
We also
we thought
the Jets
they were
were the
going
worst
to
team
tank.
in the league.
Which, commending Todd Bowles, that's good job.
And McCown wasn't terrible from when he played.
Yeah,
He played a hell of a lot better than I thought he would.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Which, I mean, when you have low expectations, doesn't mean much. But what was really funny was what me and Cooper we watched the clip before we came on air, and Gabe was making a counter argument to me saying that Dallas would win the division because, quote, Ezekiel Elliott's going to do some stupid shit and go and get himself suspended. And sure enough, Ezekiel Elliott, I mean, didn't really do anything, but still got his ass suspended. And that didn't lead to the downfall of the Cowboys, but the drama certainly didn't help. I picked the Giants to take second place because I thought the Giants' defense was just going to be a juggernaut again. And it wasn't. It wasn't even close. The offense was buns.
Oh yeah, a lot of things were buns. Coaching, offense, not a lot of good things happening there.
I picked the Eagles to finish third because I'm an Eagles fan, and anyone who is an Eagles fan knows that anytime you put faith in your team, they're gonna shit in your mouth. It's just gonna happen. They hate you. Philadelphia sports hate their fans. The players love them. The owners love their fans. But it's just something around, oh, we're from Philadelphia. Better screw up literally everything. So I refuse to put faith in them. And sure enough, make the Super Bowl. So,
yeah, I mean, good teams do it. Underdog and what?
My first prediction was right. I said they would convincingly win the divisional round. And this wasn't on air. This was on one of our Xbox conversations. So they would convincingly win the first round. And although it was only 15-10, I believe, they still stopped like 3 goal line shots to Julio Jones. That's defensively, that's as convincing as you can get. And then I said they would choke or they'd lose in a heartbreaker in the conference round, or conference championship rather. And they did the exact opposite.
Yeah,
I was flipping shit when I was watching that game.
Awful game.
Great game. It was phenomenal. Because the Vikings got SKOL, skull fucked. And it was great.
They got forced.
Dude, Nick Foles came out of nowhere looking like he was in 2013 still.
He's in the last 6 quarters that he's played, he's looked really good.
Uh-huh.
They didn't score a lot against Atlanta, but he was getting down the field and getting him in position.
He only had like 7 incompletions though. That's the thing, is that he had a really bad first quarter.
On fire.
But after that, he was really efficient.
They didn't score. He ran the clock a lot, which is nice. And that defense can shut down Atlanta's, but we all know that other teams in this playoff and Super Bowl could, especially in clutch time. And really, if Julio doesn't slip in the end zone, who knows?
He doesn't slip if he just gets his hands in there.
Or if
because it went straight through his hands.
Or if they don't call the easiest play to guess where the ball's going ever. Let's run a boot with Matt Ryan to the corner where Julio is. Where is he throwing it?
Let's take away half of the end zone and restrict ourselves in between one of the best defenses in the NFL and the back of the end zone. That's such a tight window.
The worst part is, but then they get the matchup they want with Jalen Mills there, and then he makes the play still. Well, Julio falls over and stuff. And Julio,
Mills did his job. Mills did all that he could on the play. If you watch it, he went up.
Julio also drops the ball, which is
it goes straight through his hands.
He landed out of bounds, so I think Julio, being as good as he is, I think if he caught it, he would have been able to. He would have known to pull himself.
And Mills, being the very good cornerback that he is, could have pushed him out had he caught it, because he would have known too. So, I mean, who knows? All we know is that the Eagles are playing the Patriots in the Super Bowl of a rematch of the 2004 Super Bowl championship. And I'm looking forward to it. Not even for the game so much as just, watching my team actually compete for something. It's so nice not wondering if you're going to make it out of the wild card round.
Yeah, I wish I knew how. Maybe next year.
Well, luckily you'll find out soon enough, as so long as Deshaun Watson lives.
Which... Yeah, today he said he was going to get, 7 rings?
Yeah, he said if Tom Brady wins, this will be his 6th? I'm going to get 7.
Commend it. I like it. I like the cocky.
That's not even cockiness. It's just the fire, It's like, it's not saying, I'm better than Tom Brady. It's like, I'm going to compete to be better than Tom Brady. And I can respect that.
Yeah, I really think I think... If I had to guess right now, he's my early MVP.
Him and Wentz. Well, I guess no. MVP, don't they do it by league?
No.
Don't they?
That's
only baseball. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say Watson, Wentz, and early. Or my 3 for next season. I mean, irrelevant. We're not supposed to talk about that yet because the season's not even over yet. You want to get our predictions in?
Yeah, I think. I mean, it's tough. The Eagles would be cool to win because it'd just be cool to see, but we all know how the story is going to go. They're going to get up there, and unlike the Jaguars, they're going to play to win and not play to not lose, which the Jaguars did, which cost them the game. Mm-hmm. But I think they'll really do a good job in the first half. The Patriots, they'll probably have maybe 1 touchdown and a field goal. It'll be minimum scoring the first, but once they get to the second, it's going to be very quiet in the third, not a lot of action. Maybe the Eagles score a touchdown to get ahead, and there's a few back and forth. And I think I feel like the final drive of the game is going to go in the hands of Nick Foles, and it's up to him if he's going to know what to do. And I feel like that's why I'm going to say the Patriots are going to win 24-20.
Again? No, it's 24-21 last time.
No, it was 34-28 last time. They won one. Or are you talking about...
No, Eagles, Patriots. It was 24-21 was the final because David Akers is a bum. Anyway, greatest kicker in Eagles history, but he's a bum.
And Donovan...
McNabb did a choke job. McNabb had a choke job. Terrell Owens played the game of his life on a broken leg.
Generational great. Donovan McNabb.
Bum. I love Donovan McNabb. I don't know why I'm talking shit. my prediction... I have 2. It really depends on which Nick Foles shows up. If you have game manager Nick Foles shows up, Patriots by 90. Not even a contest. They're going to get blown out of the water because Belichick's going to be able to outcoach a game
also,
manager
I didn't mention
any day of the week.
You got to think about we all got to agree now. Tom Brady's GOAT status is removed, right?
Yes. After that creepy ass video that came out,
after him kissing his son,
yeah.
I can't. The worst part, it's not him doing the action; it's him getting one small peck and then asking his son to come back because he's that's nothing.
Yeah. And the fact that Tom Brady was laying down is kind of weird.
I mean, he's getting a massage. That's beside the point.
Well, okay, but then your kid shouldn't be in there while you're getting a massage.
I mean, you're not for sports massages. You're not naked.
I know, but it's still kind of weird.
Oh, it was weird. As soon as I saw it, I sent it to Gabe. I was like, Yeah, GOAT status removed.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Montana forever the GOAT now.
Can't.
It's not even arguable. It's Montana
The
or
worst-
Marino.
What was it? I think last year even we saw him lip still up with his dad. Or it was a few years ago when they won some big game.
Yeah.
It was...
It's
a
like
family thing.
The SNL skit.
And I saw something on Barstool Sports, and it was I think it was a video, and they were like, maybe that's why he's so able to play at 40, because he's sucking the life out of his kids every time he kisses. That's why he needs a lip still. I'm like, that makes more sense than him actually wanting to do it. Anyway, you continue with your prediction.
So if game manager Nick Foles shows up, it's gonna be a blowout. The Eagles will keep it like reasonable, but it'll be like a 20-point win by the Patriots. It'll be like, I don't know, like 34 to, I'll say 17. So where it's not like a blowout, but it's not close. And I don't want to believe in the Eagles. Every fiber of my being is telling me to be pessimistic, because every time I'm pessimistic about them, I'm either right and I don't get disappointed, or I'm wrong and I'm pleasantly surprised. If the same Nick Foles shows up that showed up against the Minnesota Vikings, it's going to be very, very tough for the Patriots to slow that offense down. They'll be able to. They'll be able to manage it, but I think that the Vikings, in my opinion, are an overall better defense than the Patriots as far as all season long goes.
I think
But Bill Belichick's a much better head coach than
a lot better game planner. He'll know what you're doing before.
Plus, Doug Peterson likes to take a lot of risks, and it worked against Mike Zimmer, but I'm not sure it's going to work against
those
Belichick.
Corners had an off night with if you have an off day, and the worst part is
Torrey Smith was torching them like every drive at least once.
Oh yeah, and he started actually catching the ball at one point.
After the first mishap, he was looking really good.
Yeah,
I think if Doug Peterson can mix the right amount of aggressiveness and creativity like he did against the Vikings, then it'll be the Eagles. I think the Eagles will win. I think the final score will be 31 to, I'll say 27. 31-27.
Yeah,
Philadelphia. Either way, I think there'll be a score in the 30s.
I don't
no matter
know.
who wins.
I feel like the defenses are better than the thing is with New England. If they're not, no matter what, if they're not scoring the first quarter, the second quarter, every little thing they do is leading up to something bigger with their game plan. Where
you can never sleep on Tom Brady.
That's the worst part of them no longer having LeGarrette Blount. Really, is the fact that they can't grind the defensive line into
submission
and being tired.
And the defensive line for the Eagles has two rotations.
There's only one team that was whoever got their ass whooped versus the Patriots with LeGarrette Blount. That's the Indianapolis Colts. Every time it's like 200 yards. It's like, figure it out.
But luckily the Eagles have a double rotation of linemen. They get Cox, Graham, and I don't know the other two linemen that play. Curry, and who's the guy they traded for? Jernigan, I think.
Okay, that was really loud because I finally got the desktop audio to work. It's a little late, but we'll take like a 10-second break so we could play how we opened. I don't want to worry about it getting muted because I don't want 2 minutes. Because copyright could come in, and all of a sudden it's muted again, and that's no fun for us.
And then the second rotation of the line's Bo Allen, Derek Barnett. I think they leave Graham out there, and I think they leave Cox out there. But Cox and Graham are workhorses, so like that's not a problem. I don't think, especially not with the current Patriots running backs.
Honestly, I
like the wide receiver matchups to the Eagles cornerbacks. I think they'll have either Darby or Mills line up on Cooks, and I just don't know who the hell they're going to put on Gronk. I don't know.
It's hard because
I don't know.
You just don't.
If they had Jordan Hicks, I'd be like, okay, well, doable because he's a good coverage linebacker.
There's a certain point where you just say, if we can guard everyone else and just keep Gronk with enough tacklers in the area, you might be all right. Then you're letting them get small chunks, but then you're doing.
They can only grind away so much, and Gronk is bound to get hurt.
There's one way that the Eagles have the better defensive line, and they have the better offensive line, which in a lot of Super Bowls that matters. 2007 Super Bowl, 2011 Super Bowl, both of which include the Patriots losing. I mentioned that because the reason why the Patriots lost 2007 Super Bowl wasn't because of a remarkable catch by David Tyree. Yes, that was the play that got them the win, but the reason they were able to win that is because Tom Brady was on his back.
Yep.
They won that game, what was it, 17-14, I think. And
it was not a shootout at all.
It wasn't. And the way you're going to beat the Patriots is keeping Tom Brady on the back. How did the Broncos 2 years ago go in the AFC Championship? They beat Tom Brady. I think it was only like 20-point game, like 24, like 23 or something, or 20 or something, and they were on the goal line. But the reason why the Broncos won and that defense was so good, which you can argue the Eagles might be better given more time, because they're a lot younger than the Broncos, and the Broncos obviously hasn't been able to sustain success. And they have a lot of those contracts locked up. And the reason why the Broncos were able to win because Tom Brady was on his back. If you got to get the pressure and not let Bill Belichick outcoach you to where you don't get your time to coach. Best defensive linemen are getting blocked. Like when the Texans play the Patriots, Clowney and Watt are almost invisible. Clowney is harder for them to scheme for whatever reason, but whenever Watt's on the field, they just know how to stop him. Ever since his start of the career, he only has 1 sack on him, I think, and that's insane. But so I think the Eagles can win, but they need a total of 5 sacks. 5 sacks and less than 70 rushing yards allowed.
I think they'll have no problem with the run game.
Neither do I. But if the running they coincide. If they get Patriots, they'll probably start off with the run, try to get it going first. Because once they get that going on you, the defensive line will start getting tired,
tired or deflated, or pissed off.
Deflated, odd word, but
well, not intentional actually, but it'll work.
But if they're tired, then all of a sudden they're going to start airing the ball, and that's what you don't want, because Brandon Cooks, he could probably torch Jalen Mills.
The problem is that once he gets past Jalen Mills, he has Malcolm Jenkins to deal with, and I'd rather have Malcolm Jenkins than Brandon Cooks.
The Patriots' weapons, on paper, their wide receiver core isn't good, but for if on any other team, that wide receiver core is garbage other than Brandon Cooks. But with Tom Brady, it's like this receiver core is really good. They're all reliable. And Tom Brady's good when he has people he's been throwing to for years, and they don't even have Edelman right now. And they also have two of the hottest upcoming cornerbacks for free agency, because both Malcolm Butler and I forget the other guy's name.
I know who you're talking about though.
He made the game-winning play versus Jacksonville.
Yeah,
and
I can't think of his name.
They really don't. They don't need any more than 250 passing yards from Nick Foles to win this game. If they're going to win this game, it's going to.
No, they just need to not turn the ball over. The Eagles.
Be safe.
But be safe, but be aggressive.
Make LeGarrette Blount grind it on you, because then once they get LeGarrette Blount grinding on him, and that's when
you throw in a Ajayi.
Yes, so he could break through a big run, which they've been able to do.
Which is what they do against everybody they play.
And they have so many other running backs. It's insane.
Corey Clement, the undrafted running back out of Wisconsin, who's been a stud this season. Kenyon Barner, who's pretty much buns, but he's good outside the tackles. I'll say that. If you can give him some space, Barner will burn you every time. If they had Wendell Smallwood, because he's a solid player, Darren Sproles is always a threat on the screens. What I will say, Clement's specialty, when that kid runs a wheel, dude, it's terrifying for defenses. That dude can run a wheel like a mug. He did it twice against Minnesota, I think.
Something I want to do real quick, including the Super Bowl. Let's name X factors for them. What would push them over the top?
Eagles, Nick Foles.
Nick Foles, yes, and
Nick Foles and Doug Peterson are my 2 X factors for the Eagles. Yeah. For the Patriots, I'm not going to say Tom Brady.
It's not, because Tom Brady's going to play with...
I'm going to say Rob Gronkowski. And the offensive line. I can't name one single person. But
mine's Dion Lewis, special team expert, because special teams, as we know, win Super Bowls.
It can.
It has for a lot of teams.
Yep.
not the Bears. But they had Gabe's favorite player starting. So
Rex Grossman.
And I don't defensively for the Patriots, or another X factor for the Patriots would be, I would have to say, it's got to be. It's hard because they have. I think I gotta go Gronk too. If Gronk can get separation like he does, he'll cut up that defense. And really, they just for the Eagles, my X factors are Malcolm Jenkins, because Malcolm Jenkins can get when Gronk catches the ball, you get him. He has to pop him.
Which he can.
No matter what, you just got. If you don't bring him down, hit him hard enough where he won't be getting up the next. Well, not like that, but where he's feeling it the next play, and he won't.
He's not going to pop up on the next play. No. He's going to get up.
He's going to be tired and
not too happy about it.
And my other one on the offense is LeGarrette Blount, as we were talking, because it's just so important to beat down that defensive line, and that defensive line is not awful. They don't have any names, but they're
good platoon.
They're collectively really good. And what's crazy is they're missing their best defensive player still all season.
Hightower, right?
Yeah, he was their best pass rusher in the Super Bowl last year. It's really on the secondary and just making the plays that New England can. And we all know New England has the easy advantage to win this game. It's just a matter if the Eagles can get done what they haven't, what the Giants have. They got to follow a similar game plan, other than a lot of things have changed for the Patriots and others. But you just got to you got to keep him on his back. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, okay, so I said Doug Peterson, but I didn't give my explanation as to why for Doug Peterson. I have a very, very strong love-hate relationship with Doug Peterson. Last year I hated him. I couldn't stand Doug Peterson. For most of the season this year, I hated Doug Peterson. I questioned how the hell he led that team to 13-3. He didn't. Carson did. But still, he just takes too many risks, but they work. And so it's really aggravating to see him line up on a 4th and 3 and you're like, what the hell are you doing? And then they throw a little fade to Ertz and it works every time. And then you're like, okay, well, that was stupid, but it worked, so it wasn't stupid. I think he needs to limit the unnecessary aggressiveness, but keep up the creativity. He ran some really nice trick plays with Nelson Aguilar. He had like a sweep with Nelson Aguilar that worked like 3 times. Wheel routes with Corey Clement are great. And my personal favorite, the flea flicker. That was a beautiful play. That was so well drawn up.
Those are always fun.
I agree. I'm not saying for him to use the flea flicker in the Super Bowl. Just shit like that's not common, but it's not so far out there, or it's not going to implode on itself because it's too complicated.
Yes or no, do you think the Patriots use a double pass attempt?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah. They always do.
Sometimes. In the big games, they do. They do it at least.
Why not? It works.
It depends.
Why not?
They almost have. I think they almost had a touchdown the last game they did, but yeah, I don't know. But Doug Peterson, like you're saying, man, everyone considered him the worst hire when he got.
He was terrible. That was a terrible hire.
No, everyone thought he was the absolute worst, but now he's in the Super Bowl.
In retrospect,
he's
well done. At the time, awful hire.
At that point, nobody knew if we could. Nobody could trust the Eagles front office because everything that just happened with
Chip.
But then you look and you're like, oh, that was mainly Chip that just screwed everything up and royally. And they go on and trade away their future, which then everyone got confused because Carson. But
well, that panned out pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah, if he comes back well enough from the ACL. And honestly, the most anticipated matchup of next season, and it's not even close, is Wentz versus Deshaun Watson.
That'll be a fun game.
No matter the outcome, it should be one of the first games of the season because if you want a game to open primetime like they do on NBC, that's the game.
Yep. Unless
the Eagles won the Super Bowl, then they got to open. I feel like you got to either do that or just put the Cowboys.
It's in Houston this year, isn't it?
What?
The game, the Eagles.
I don't know.
Texans. I think last time it was in Philly.
No, the last time they did it was in Houston.
They play every 2 years.
4 years.
No, they play every 2.
4.
Yeah, you're right. They play every 4.
It really
just
just
every 8.
I don't know if they.
Yeah, because last time it was Mark Sanchez, so that was probably 4 years ago.
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Doug Peterson has done a fantastic job with his defense.
Agreed. Well, that's Jim Schwartz.
Well, yes.
Love Jim Schwartz.
They really screwed him up from getting any head coaching jobs this offseason by whole.
I'm okay with that. Dude, I love Jim Schwartz. I would rather him not leave. I like Schwartz. I like Peterson. He's fun now. It just at the time, the problem that I had with it is Howie Roseman came out and said that they released Chip Kelly early so they can get a head start on coaching candidates, and then quote to get a head start on the main head coaching candidates, and they bring in Mini Me for Andy Reid. I mean, what the fuck are you thinking? That's admitting defeat and then like sticking your thumb up your ass just to prove a point. It's like, oh, look how stupid I am.
Oh, yeah.
But it worked.
Speaking of Andy Reid, he just had a big trade happen in his part of town, which
Yes, sir.
leads to a promising future because I know we disagree, but Mahomes has the
like
potential.
Mahomes.
He has the potential.
I don't like Mahomes.
He has
at
all the tools.
I don't like him at all. I think he's gonna be a bum. He'll be out of the league in 3 years.
Hey, in 3 years there's another league coming that he can fit right in.
That's true.
As long as he doesn't do any funny business. Man, but that trade, it's a really good trade because Alex Smith, he's a bum too now. He's not going to do anything. It's really bad for the Redskins lose like every ounce of this trade. They give away one of their best young corners. Their best last season alone was he was arguably the best corner they had. Not even close to Josh Norman. He was much better than Norman was. But now they're gonna have to. They're giving him 4 years, $94 million, $71 million guaranteed.
Yep.
Alex Smith ain't that good. He maybe a few years ago. Oh, optimism. Maybe he could get this.
Optimism and like the market. If we had today's quarterback market, like 5 years ago, this would make sense.
Right, like the season after the first season he got traded to Kansas City. That's the one where he would have been perfect. And now Kirk Cousins, he's going to be on the market. He's going to be the highest paid player in the NFL by the time he gets signed, and it's not even going to be close because he's a good player. Don't know if he's on the level, but the quarterback market, he's the best quarterback we've had go to the open market
in a long time.
Since Brock Osweiler.
Right. Yeah, since Brock Osweiler. No, since Johnny. Since Johnny became a free agent.
It's not the same year.
Doesn't matter. Johnny's better.
Peyton Manning's the one that would be referenced.
I'm trying to think of like the big free agent quarterback signings, but I can't. So I think you'd be right. Peyton Manning hitting free agency.
I think that's the big one because that's the one that which changed the whole course of a franchise.
Yeah,
like the Browns
changed two courses of a franchise.
Well,
it made the Broncos somewhat relevant since Elway, and it
made the Colts stay relevant because.
Well,
for a year.
For a year.
While Manning was still in the league, they were relevant for a while. And then Luck got unlucky with a few.
He's very unlucky. Haven't heard that one before.
A lot of injuries and stuff. It's sad because
it is sad because he's a good dude. And he
was on his way up. And
now, I'd be glad if I was a Texans fan because then you have to deal with them. But, well, not glad, but, I mean, you know what I mean.
I'm just glad that Jim Irsay is their owner because he's a idiot. But they're looking up. They have a good defensive line now and stuff. They're going to be a good team once Luck does.
They're going to need a run game.
If Luck ever gets back. And, yeah, Kirk, we're going to... but
you're right.
Apparently Luck doesn't want to be there, but still.
I wouldn't.
Kirk Cousins, there's many places to sign. The Browns, city-wise, no. But
I wouldn't sign with the Browns, though, because they just don't have their shit together.
I feel like... But if he does sign with the Browns, they could easily get their shit together with the amount of picks they have and not having to worry about a quarterback.
They could.
And they have so much money in free agency.
They drafted very well last year, with the exception of the Michigan guy who's really overrated.
That was more of like a... I don't know why...
That was for jersey sales, that was like, I'm sure.
If that was in like the third round, then it's like, oh, it's a project. It's not going to... It's cool if it pans out, but...
But they did good with the Njoku, Garrett. Garrett was a great pick. I mean, that was an obvious pick, so like no props to the Browns. Really, that was a no shit. And Njoku was a really good pick, though.
I don't know if it's going to matter too much because, you know, I feel the Browns 0-16, awful, but they have a nice roster. They need corners, which there's a good one out there.
They need a new coach. Oh, yeah.
Hugh Jackson sucks, but I feel like Kirk would be really nice. Todd Haley's their new OC, which could be really good.
Which, yeah.
Probably their next head coach, really, if he does well with the offense. Then they just want to get rid of Hugh Jackson. And it's honestly, it'd be the wrong. I think the Browns would be better off drafting Mayfield
than signing Cousins.
I feel like Mayfield has that.
I like Mayfield. I just don't know how good of an NFL quarterback he's going to be.
Everything Senior Bowl, say we will, it's really important for scouting and certain things you see on drills and stuff. Apparently, everything they're saying is when he walked on the field, he had everyone's attention. Like, he was the leader. Like, no matter what.
Yeah, everyone knows he's big dick swinging wherever he goes.
And I feel like apparently the Cleveland Browns fans, they want Mayfield no matter what. He's the best. Really, like, you could probably maybe get him in the second round or late first.
He'd be a good value pick.
Yeah, because, well, to be honest, the other ones aren't very good either.
Josh Rosen's so overrated.
They're all overrated.
I think Rosen's going to be terrible.
Rosen, Darnold, and Allen are all overrated.
Darnold, I like Darnold more than the other two.
Yeah, but look at his face. Have you ever seen a chubby-faced quarterback succeed?
McNabb in his later years.
Okay, but
David Garcia,
Jamarcus Russell,
off to Marcus.
Yeah, not a good list.
I've never even seen Josh Allen play because he played for Wyoming, so I can't say anything on him. All I know is that his stats weren't that good, even though he played shit teams. So we'll see.
Yeah. It's just
it's silly like Wentz. Wentz wasn't that good in college, but scouts went ape shit over him because he has good mechanics. Everything can be developed. So
there's so much more time to go and stuff. But yeah, back on to Kirk Cousins. I think the best options are Denver. I like the Cardinals as an option.
The Cardinals would be a good one.
The Giants, because if they want to move, all reports say they don't want to move on from Eli, which that's idiotic.
Yeah, it's time.
That's an upgrade.
It's time.
But Buffalo, Buffalo's awesome.
I don't know how I'd go if I would go to Buffalo if I was him though.
It's a good team.
No, I know it's not a bad team.
They just lost.
I'm sorry, I did that backwards. I wouldn't sign Cousins if I was Buffalo.
Well, yeah, but knowing what we know, they don't really like Tyrod, and he just got hurt too.
Yeah.
Was that anything? I don't remember that serious or not.
I don't think it was a big injury. They just sat him out for precaution in the last game, I think.
Well, no, he got.
Or did he exit?
No, he exited in the last 2 plays, and Nate Peterman also was a hero.
Yeah,
it's pretty good, but yeah, I don't know. It's just it could be anything. I don't know.
I could see Denver was one that I said. Not like I'm just saying it would make sense. I'm not saying Denver would do it. It would just make a lot of sense.
Put him back on course.
It would. I think it would fast.
Jaguars, but I feel like that's the wrong move for the Jaguars.
I agree. After this season, you can't give up on Bortles.
My thing is, you can maybe you bring in competition. Bring in someone that can,
but not Cousins though.
No,
that's
bring in someone. My thing is, bring in Bradford or Bridgewater and have them compete. Because at that point, if Bortles wins it, like he probably should, because he played really well in the postseason. He wasn't the reason they lost at all. Coaching was. But I feel like bringing in Bridgewater's back to what he was, then you're achieving seeing Teddy.
Exactly, and then you have Teddy Bridgewater,
and you have Blake Bortles, who resorted back to his garbage. But you have Teddy Bridgewater, or you get Sam Bradford, and you get last year's Sam Bradford, where he's just bad.
He's a good player, and if nothing else, your backup is Sam Bradford. You're not screwed if Bortles goes down.
Yeah, or Teddy Bridgewater. It's the same.
Exactly.
It's one of the reasons why if I was the Texans, I would also sign Bridgewater, because that just makes sense. Or maybe Ryan Fitzpatrick, because his system and stuff. He's
familiar. Yeah.
And he's mobile and stuff, because they need... But Kirk has so many options. Minnesota's even an option if they want to move on from Keenum, which,
I would.
It's whatever. It's just... You could go either way, but I don't know if you can lightning strikes in the same place twice. And it definitely could, and Keenum could definitely replicate what he did, and you look stupid if you don't take the chance on him.
Or he could revert to being Case Keenum, and you look really smart for singing comeback.
Well, I feel like just like the Jaguars, they should sign Bridgewater, Bradford, and don't sign them both because then you're back in the same situation.
But you bring in one or the other.
Yeah, we're bringing Tyrod if he's available.
Yeah. Okay, you want to hear my wild card team for Kirk Cousins? And this is a scenario that has to play out, so it's slightly complex. It's not really complex at all.
Go for it.
So the LA Chargers. Phillip Rivers is not happy with ownership at all. Not to mention he's kind of an asshole, so no one would think twice if he left.
Team's
left LA.
I just don't think for the Chargers they're not making any progress with that move though.
Cousins would fit though.
He would fit, but they're in the same place.
He'd be younger.
What ended up losing? They just lost a game in the end of the year. That's why they weren't in the playoffs. They just lost.
I would say it'd be a younger option for their future because they're an up-and-coming team. Their core is young players.
The Chargers and the Raiders are the early favorites for that division, unless the Broncos sign someone.
Kirk Cousins.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And my dark horse is the Ravens.
That would be very interesting. That'd be scary, actually.
They would be back to where they are.
Yeah.
Except that you might have a younger Joe Flacco in your hands, as far as you know, because very similar play style and very good young.
But Cousins is consistently good.
But Cousins, can't forget Flacco is good for his first contract up until the end of it, and now once Cousins gets his deal, he doesn't have to worry about it because no matter what, he's getting enough money where he can live.
Yeah.
But that's where Flacco's good because Flacco still puts in a good showing where he can win you the game. He wasn't
terrible this season.
No, he was good. He just had his problems injury-wise and stuff, and they probably should pursue a backup as well. His backup quarterback's almost more valuable than the other, as we see that how the Eagles got there. They won. Well, their backup's not even one of the best in the league, but still.
It's one of the better backups in the league.
He knows the system. Kirk could go almost anywhere and change the landscape of the league.
I agree. Well, Kirk's a very versatile quarterback. He could be your dick and dunk guy, or he can be your 80-yard bomb guy.
Given the right deal, Tennessee. I mean, I don't know if they're ready to move on from Mariota, but
I wouldn't give up on Marcus yet.
I know if someone offers you something extreme for Marcus Mariota, you go with it.
Oh well, no. If they have the option to ship off Mariota and then sign Cousins, that's a huge upgrade. Absolutely.
I don't know if the money exactly works, but be good signing.
Right.
Jimmy Garoppolo still has a sign extension with.
I mean, he's going to
probably.
You know what? Dude, he went 4-0.
Yeah, they were
with a terrible team.
I think he went 5-0, and they were 6-10. And 10 the season. And they were
they're stupid if they don't re-sign Garoppolo.
Man,
they are so dumb.
I feel bad for Bethard though. Who was the starter before, and he just found his way. He started to play really good right as soon as Jimmy got traded. And then he got hurt for one game.
I can
and Jimmy
imagine
took
how
over.
that goes. He's laying in bed. Bethard is after practice or something. He's like, turn on ESPN. Jimmy Garoppolo traded to the 49ers. And he just goes, fucking shit. And that's all he says about it.
Now, okay, one of the reasons why Kirk Cousins was working in Tennessee, they just hired, I believe, I could be wrong, but they just hired Greg Olson, the Rams former OC. And I want to check, but I believe he may have worked for
Michigan State?
Redskins.
Oh, for the Redskins, okay.
Because McVay.
Okay.
He has that connection, and then never mind, I was wrong. Wrong guy got hired. That wasn't who got hired. He got hired for the Raiders, which they're not going to get.
Yeah, they're not going to get Kirk Cousins. Why would they? Derek Carr's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Cousins, I really like the Ravens option. That's just mine. Giants would be good because he could get his payback, but that'd be really scary for the rest of the league because that team has all the pieces in place. They just don't have the quarterback or the coach at that time. Yeah, it could be. I'd be dumbfounded if.
How about this one? The New York Jets. Because although McCown didn't play bad this season, he didn't play very great. And you throw Kirk Cousins on that team, not so average after all. They'd be good. They'd be like 10-6. It wouldn't be anything impressive, but that'd be interesting. And I promise to God I was not watching First Take because I have dignity, but I saw a clip on Twitter that was Stephen A. was asked the question, if you're Aaron Rodgers, do you request a trade from the Green Bay Packers?
I mean,
first, my input, yes.
There's no
fuck the Packers.
But there is no trade on earth that is possible where the Packers can win the trade.
Mm-hmm.
There's no...
There's not a one.
Unless they're giving away 10 years of first-round picks.
Not unless you're
But that's like 5 years of 30.
If you trade Rodgers to the Eagles for Carson Wentz, like Jay Ajayi, and the entire defensive line, then maybe you win the trade.
Okay, there's not an offensive player that can match. There's not any picks that you can possibly hope that will match. Especially because if you're giving them Rodgers, they're going to be in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. You're just getting high picks. Unless you're getting like from the Texans, you'd be getting like Hopkins, Watt, and Clowney. Mm-hmm. And even then, that's put it because you can easily find players that want to play with Aaron Rodgers to fit those holes.
Easily, someone would step in. Definitely.
I don't know. I feel the winners of all these winner is Kirk Cousins because now he doesn't stay in Washington. That was just. I mean, he would get $30 million from him if they tagged him, but now he doesn't have to stay there. He has no choice. He doesn't want it. He can't stay now. And Alex Smith, I guess he's a winner.
He got paid.
He gets paid still, and all Chiefs fans are donating to his charity to thank him for what he did for the team, which is
that's a cool new fad. I like that.
It's new. It's cool, as long as it doesn't. It kind of ruins rivalry, but you don't see Steelers fans donating to Andy Dalton, yeah, I don't know. Anyone, all winners, all losers. Who knows? Cousins.
Well, Cousins is definitely
no matter where Cousins.
Because he's getting paid. He's gonna get paid no matter where he goes. So Cousins is an automatic winner no matter like what happens.
Now, I don't know if he joins a team and they're immediately in the Super Bowl, but they're immediately in the contention for their division. If he goes to Bills, let's slow down. Unless Tom Brady retired, because they have no plan. Ooh, Tom Brady retires, they sign Kirk Cousins.
Oh, I would not want to watch football anymore. I'd be bored.
I want something new.
That being said, if the Eagles and Patriots rematched again in the Super Bowl, I like the Eagles' odds against Kirk Cousins because I've seen what they do to him. But I've also seen what he does to them, so it's a shit show.
If Kirk has the right players in place, and
if that happens, I'm calling BS. There's tampering. There's something. Something's wrong.
The league is broken.
Did you see my tweet earlier
that
I sent out? I was scrolling through YouTube, and one of my suggested videos, the NFL posted on YouTube. That is not on Twitter. Let me find it. Okay, come on, Phil. Let's be a little slower, please. I'm trying here. It's just not loading. Okay, there it is. So it's this. It's a full first round 2018 NFL mock draft. It's got all the teams. You can see it.
Yeah.
It's got all the teams in their draft order. But there's one thing I noticed. The fuck's that about? NFL? Huh? What?
Wow.
What's going on there?
Let's be honest. They're the favorite. You gotta.
Well, just because. Okay. But the Eagles have also been the underdog in every single.
They also weren't playing Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, the best player duo in all of sports history.
Nah, Phil Jackson, MJ. Dude, Jackson Jordan.
Nah, they had their problems.
Well, yeah, but apparently so did Brady Belichick.
Oh, yeah, because Brady didn't get Patriot of the Week.
Uh-huh.
Maybe Bill Belichick knew that. He kisses his son. He's like, I don't want to.
I'm not supporting this.
I'm not promoting that in my clubhouse.
Okay, for those, I showed Cooper. For those of you obviously can't see what it was. NFL posted there's like a thumbnail on one of their YouTube videos that's like the whole. It's the first round. And it's got all the helmets lined up in their draft order. At the very end, it has the Eagles picking 31st and the Patriots picking 32nd. This video was posted 2 days ago by the official NFL YouTube. and they're already assuming who's going to get the pick.
And we
Personally,
know in 2018, you know what you can't do.
You can't assume it's 2018. Now, that being said, I don't think there's real collusion. But if and when the Eagles lose, I'm blaming it on that YouTube video.
Oh, yeah.
The NFL colluded against the Philadelphia Eagles, and that'll be the end of that. That'll be my excuse to help me sleep at night.
I think we talked enough about the NFL and Super Bowl and a bunch of other things. We got all wrapped up and everything, and it's been going on a while with that just alone. We talked NBA, I guess, but we also played our Van Halen intro halfway through the show. And we're gonna cut a few things out that we'll talk about next week. We're gonna bring up Michigan State stuff next week when we have a little bit more info and more stuff. Maybe when Gabe's here, we'll do our idea for talking about the XFL that we have. But for now, we'll talk about something that is definitely peaks. We've talked about NFL and NBA. Let's talk about the others, the big three. Then will be off season. Has anyone? There's only been like 2 signings that won't like the biggest.
There's only been a couple big
moves.
Yeah.
Number 1, Garrett Cole, and that was about it. Big move still, but there's only
but
one.
Not blockbuster.
Yeah,
it wasn't even.
What do you
big.
think? Why do you think it's like this?
Well. So my theory early on in the offseason, and I remember telling you guys this, was that when Stanton was still available and like every team was linked to Giancarlo Stanton,
that would be
and then nothing else was happening because everyone was focusing all their resources and effort on Giancarlo. So that part made sense for like the first 2 weeks to a month before he got signed.
Maybe that couldn't.
But
maybe
after
the
that,
Marlins as well have it just shipping everyone off. Everyone was just kind of waiting.
Yeah, everyone playing
but
waiting
that just
game.
ended. So and spring training's coming up, so you want to think
in less than this month actually.
Yeah, at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And so you still got players like
JD Darvish isn't signed.
JD Martinez.
JD Martinez isn't signed.
Jake Arrieta.
Trumbo got re-signed, I think.
You know, Jake Arrieta.
Really?
What?
I didn't know he was a free agent, actually.
Arrieta? He'd be a good fit for the Astros. They could use an extra arm.
Yeah, they could really use another arm in their rotation. To run a 6-man firing squad. Oh,
Charlie Morson's going to be demoted at the half. He's going to the bullpen.
Well, he did do bad out of the bullpen in Game 7.
Yeah. Or move Arrieta to the bullpen because Arrieta hasn't been good in a few years.
Fuck Jake Arrieta, too. I just don't like him because of like 3 years ago he was bitching about like Madison Bumgarner came out and said he wanted to be in the home run derby and the Arrieta's like, well, if he's gonna be in it, I want to be in it. It's like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Bumgarner has like 12 home runs in his career. You have 3. Calm the fuck down, buddy. You give up a lot more home runs than you hit, Bubba. At least Bumgarner keeps it close. Not really, but you know, in spirit.
Yeah,
I have personally watched Madison Bumgarner hit more home runs than I've seen him give up, and that's a fact. Because I watched a compilation on YouTube of all of his home runs.
Also, you don't watch compilations of the pitchers giving up home runs.
I do, actually. Recently, I've gotten into that.
It depends on who it is.
If you look up on YouTube, pitchers getting yammed on, great videos. It's just like 500-foot shots.
Going back to I feel like the reason why it's so dry right now is climate change. No, but seriously, all the big name free agents that are still out there, they're all signed by like one agency.
Yeah.
And one agent, Scott Boras. And if he's negotiating for this player,
and then this guy.
Like if he's discussing this deal with JD Martinez, you better bet Eric Hosmer is going to be around the corner and be like, hey, you better try to give me the same exact deal. And they're butting heads, even though apparently Eric Hosmer rumored maybe going back to the Royals, which would be cool.
Yeah.
But JD Martinez, he's going to have to take a pay cut. It's just like in Carson Allen last year. Mm-hmm. He thought he could get the money. The teams will win because you don't want your career to be...
Yeah,
you don't want to take a year off.
Going to end.
Somebody has an offer out there that JD Martinez will have to suffice with. Maybe the Red Sox, which would be the perfect counterpunch to...
Giancarlo, yeah.
Because JD has a better hitter anyway. Total hitter.
Overall, yeah, better hitter, and he's a better fielder.
And, well, he's not the best fielder, but he can play DH.
Neither is Giancarlo.
They're both not. Not the best.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Yankees still need a lot of help. I'm not going to get into it. I think they're not as good as everyone wants to hype them up just because they have more power hitter. Is that power hitting? Very hit or miss, literally.
Yeah. Well, we've seen it. Shit, we're Astros fans. We've seen what that power hitting lineup does. Strikes out the most in the league, but also hits the most home runs. Not last year, but
by the time you get contact hitters, that's when you'll win.
It's once you get that healthy balance in your lineup.
And the Yankees are going to trade away their best contact hitter, Starlin Castro.
Yeah, they got rid of Castro. I don't know why it's been quiet. Actually, I mean, I have another theory.
It's
over the
gonna move
years,
in the next 2 weeks.
over the years, we've seen sports contracts get bigger and bigger and bigger, and I think teams maybe in the MLB are finally
this
saying,
is money out of the owner's pockets,
right? Because there's no salary cap.
It's not like it's like the NBA and the NFL. It's funded by other. Sure, it's funded by the owners, but it's already a set amount that's funded.
Exactly.
So
you can only spend so much.
And so when the owners could, that's why the Yankees always had the best free agents signed, because they can throw all the money.
Well, that does the Mafia threaten the other team in like half their World Series games.
Wow.
Look it up. It's true. I don't fault the Yankees for it, dude. Like, that was in the 50s. I couldn't care less who was good in the 1950s.
I don't know. No matter what, these players will sign before, April 1st?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Day. I'd give it March 15th is probably their latest, I think, because there's no way that players like Martinez and Hosmer, who really love the game of baseball, are going to sit out. And
are very talented.
They're not going to sit out. Yeah. Maybe they'll take a few tryouts in spring training. I feel Hosmer will probably end up going to the Royals as just taking the discount that they're giving him because he loves it there. And JD Martinez, I bet he goes to the Red Sox still.
You saying Red Sox?
They've given him the best offer still. He's 5 years, 150 still, or something. He still has a really good deal on the table from the Red Sox.
Yeah.
That's all for that. I don't have any more to add.
We're out of stuff for the day?
Unless you want to go into our new storytelling
segment. We'll hold that off for a different time.
We have to save it for our judge.
We have to wait for Gabe to get in. We're going to tell stories of our underage festivities that we had in high school.
There's some stuff that happened that includes different types of beverages that may or may not have been
given to us
legal or illegal, but we don't know. You'll find
I just can't remember.
The premise is all stories will be told under G. There's maybe PG.
Yeah, we're going to try and not use vulgarity or any...
It's going to be like...
We're going to try and censor
our last episode. It's going to be like that. We had to say very clean things about very unclean situations.
It was Lindsey Vonn nudes, and we had to talk about it without talking about her naked body. We had to talk about... We did. We just found classy ways to do it. So we're going to tell classy, unclassy stories. And we're going to have Gabe judge it, give him a grade, and find out... We're going to have battle of the stories, basically. See who's got the better story and whatnot. Should be a good time. Could bomb. Who knows? Guess we'll find out. Is that all we got, buddy?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. There's something that just popped up that I haven't heard about today. About the Texans and some sexual harassment thing.
Oh, shit. Well, it's 2018. It's kind of in the theme of this year.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not much. They just released a statement saying basically what everyone else says. We didn't do it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Like a team doctor story. Or something?
If we know more by next week, I'll try to let you in. I didn't see this all day, but it was said that the allegation came out earlier today, and I never saw it, so maybe they're just jumping ahead of it getting on mainstream. So that's all. If this works like it should, I'll play you out to something.
We're going to find out if it works or not. Hopefully it's not too freaking ear rapey like the Van Halen was.
Well, I fixed that kind of.
Well, kind
of. This is just football me. What do you want?
Scroll up. Hell yeah. This should be a starter, actually.
Well,
from now on.
It's a preview.
That's an advertisement.
It's not on yet.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
I have.
Is this an Applebee's advertisement?
No, it's hot sauce, I think.
Okay, well, while we're on the topic of Applebee's, fuck Applebee's. Applebee's is terrible. That's the last I'll say.